If anyone ever told you that you need capital to start your money-making journey, or that you need an investor to start your business, or that you need money to make money, then I'm telling you today, that was an absolute lie. I'm Albert van Wyk, entrepreneur, property investor, and author of my best-selling book, How to Become a Millionaire at 22. And in this video, I'm going to explain to you exactly how to make money from 0 rand. You do not need money to make money. You see, the universe works with fundamental rules like gravity. And the fundamental rule of wealth is that your wealth will always balance with the amount of value that you can provide to the world, society, or your community. Okay? So let me explain this. If you receive a lot of money because you've inherited it, some investor gave it to you, someone borrowed it to you, or just gave you capital, or you married the right person, or something like that, or you won it. But the amount of value that you can provide society isn't as much as the money that you received. Your wealth will steadily start to decline, slowly but surely, until it matches the amount of value that you can provide to society and the world around you. You see, you will lose all that money until it balances with your value to the world. And we all know stories like this. People who won a lot of money that lost it all, or people who inherited a lot of money and then spent it all or lost it all, or people that got a big investor, but then 5 years later that business doesn't even exist anymore. And then the opposite is true as well. If you don't have any money, if you start with 0, just like I did. I mean, I didn't even get pocket money in primary school or high school. I've never received pocket money in my life. And maybe you are in the same position. Maybe you are also starting at the bottom end of things. Maybe you were also born into a family that was not wealthy. Now, if you start there and you don't have the money, but you can increase your value that you're able to provide the world, then slowly but surely, your wealth will start to increase as well until it matches the amount of value that you can provide to the world. And you can test this fundamental rule. Just look at all of the wealthy people in the world, and you would see that the amount of value they provide matches their wealth. And if it doesn't, then just give it like 5 or 10 years, and then you will see how this formula will balance itself. And then at the end, that person will have the wealth that matches the amount of value that they can provide to the world around them. So I'm going to show you exactly how to start increasing your value and how to start earning money and building your wealth from 0 rand by telling you a story of exactly how I did it, of exactly where I started. And listen, if you can pick up some of the tools and techniques from this story of my life that you can then implement in your life. You see, when I was in high school, I could paint a wall. And then I started walking down my street, looking at other houses that had walls that needed painting. And I stopped at this one guy's house and I said, "Wim, kan ek oom Samir verf? Can I paint your wall for you?" And he said, "Yes." And I said, "It's going to cost 5,000 rand to paint this wall." And he said, "Perfect." And then I told him, "I want a 50% deposit to paint this wall. Remember, I have no money on me." I said, "I want a 50% deposit, 2,500 rand. And he gave me the 2,500 rand as a deposit to start this project. I then used that 2,500 rand to go buy the paint, to go buy the paint brushes, to go buy the sandpaper, and everything I needed to paint the wall. And then I painted the wall. And at the end of the project, I received the second 2,500 rand. That is how I started. You see, people look at my property portfolio today and say, "Oh, but you have so many properties. You have a whole construction team with a bakkie and with tools and all of those things. I want that. So I need an investor to get it. Or I need a bunch of money to get it, or I need a capital injection to get all of this that you have. But you see, that's not where it started. All of my properties today, my construction team, my bakkie, everything I have today came from a journey. It didn't start there. It started with me painting a wall for 5,000 Rand with zero money in my pocket. So then I used that 2,500 Rand profit that I made. I didn't spend it on friends, going out, data, clothes, new things. I used that 2,500 Rand to buy some tools to do the next project. And then I went bigger and bigger. I started throwing concrete slabs. I started building carports for people. I started not only painting walls, but painting houses. Then I started renovating houses until at age 19, I could buy my own property to renovate. And that all started with me walking down the street and asking a guy if I can paint his wall. So there's 3 principles that we need to take from this story that I'm going to share with you to help you do the same thing in your life. The first thing is that you need to get the money first. Okay? First principle. You need to get the money first. So I asked for a 50% deposit before I painted the wall. That puts the money in my pocket that I can now use to buy the paint and everything I need to complete the project. And you can do the same. With whatever you want to sell or whatever service you want to provide, you can ask a deposit to get the money in your pocket so that you can start working with that money to provide the value that matches that amount. Okay? And you can even sometimes get the full amount. Think about if you buy e-commerce, if you buy online. Let's say you go online and you buy your TV online. Do you actually think that they have that TV in stock? No, they don't. You pay them for the TV, they use that money, go buy the TV, keep their markup, and then they deliver the TV to you 2 weeks later. They're using your money to buy your product, and then they sell it back at you. So if you can get the money first, then you can use that money to generate the value, create the product, provide the service, or complete the project. And then that enables you to start with zero. So that's the first principle. Get the sale first. The second principle is increase your value. You see, in the beginning, I painted a wall, but then I started increasing my value by increasing my skill set. I started throwing concrete slabs. I started putting up carports. I started renovating full houses. Started putting up roofs and all kinds of stuff at properties. Started painting fences, putting up new fences. But I increased that skill level the whole time, doing bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger projects. And because I was able to increase the value that I was able to provide my clients, the money increased with that as well. And then when I started buying properties, my own properties, and renting them out, I was providing accommodation to so many more people in my community. So the value that I was able to provide also increased again, which means that my wealth increased again. So by increasing your skill level or the value that you can provide, you will increase your wealth. If you stay at painting walls, if that is the skill level and it never increases, you'll always just get the 5,000 Rand. You'll never get the 5 million Rand because you're not increasing your skill level. How can you increase your skill level? By reading books, by educating yourself, by becoming a better version of yourself, by gaining experience, by getting education, like studying at the University of Pretoria, like equipping yourself with people skills, by equipping yourself with physical skills. There's a lot of ways that you can increase the value that you can give in order to start increasing the wealth. And then the third principle, you need to just do it. Take action. Too many people, and you know these people, they sit and say, one day the perfect opportunity will come. One day someone will just give me some money. One day I'll walk into a job and get paid so much money. They're looking at one day, one day, one day. And the reality is that perfect opportunity, that perfect business partner, that perfect job, that perfect situation will never come. You need to make it happen for yourself. You need to walk down the street and ask people if you can paint their walls. You need to take action from your side and make it work. It's all up to you. You need to do it. You need to go out and say, this is the value that I can provide. And then the world will give you the money to match that. But you need to take the first step. You need to take action. You need to increase your value the whole time. You need to go out and do the work. You need to make it happen for yourself. Nobody's going to make it happen for you. It's up to you. So, remember, you can start with 0 Rand. You just need to start increasing your value in order to increase your wealth. And then you need to make sure that you get the sale first, get the money in your pocket first, increase your value and start taking action today. You see, you can start the world 50 steps behind other people. You can enter this world poor. You can be born into poverty. But where you end your journey in life is up to you. If you were born into a poor family, you don't have to end up in a poor family. That's your choice. That depends on what you are doing throughout your journey in life. So it's up to you. What are you going to do about it?